Good morning and welcome to Whisper Tales. Here is your daily dose of morning motivation. The life of Helen Keller, a remarkable individual who overcame the challenges of being both deaf and blind to become a world-renowned author, activist, and advocate for people with disabilities. Her story is one of determination, resilience, and the power of education and human connection. Early life and illness. Helen Adams Keller was born on June 27, 1880, in Tuscumbia, Alabama. She was a healthy child until, at 19 months old, she contracted an illness, possibly scarlet fever or meningitis, that left her both blind and deaf. The illness plunged her into a world of silence and darkness, leaving her isolated and unable to communicate effectively with those around her. Her early childhood was filled with frustration. Without the ability to see, hear, or speak, she often lashed out in anger, unable to make her thoughts or desires known. Her parents, though loving and supportive, struggled to find a way to help their daughter. The arrival of Anne Sullivan. When Helen was 6 years old, her life changed dramatically with the arrival of a young teacher named Anne Sullivan. Sullivan had experienced vision problems herself and had attended the Perkins School for the Blind. She brought not just knowledge, but also deep empathy and understanding to her work with Helen. This connection between teacher and student would become one of the most famous and transformative relationships in history. Sullivan began by teaching Helen words by spelling them into her hand using the manual alphabet of sign language. The breakthrough moment came when Sullivan spelled water into Helen's hand while pumping water over her other hand. In that instant, Helen made the connection between the word and the substance, and her world opened up. She quickly grasped that everything had a name, and she became eager to learn. Education and intellectual growth. Once Helen unlocked the door to language, she was unstoppable. With Sullivan's guidance, she learned to read and write using Braille and to speak using touch-based techniques. Despite her disabilities, Helen was determined to receive a formal education. In 1900, she was admitted to Radcliffe College, becoming the first deaf-blind person to earn a Bachelor of Arts degree in 1904. Helen's thirst for knowledge and her academic success were extraordinary. She learned to communicate with people using speech, reading their lips with her fingers, and became proficient in multiple languages, including French, German, and Latin. Her ability to absorb information and convey her thoughts across different mediums was nothing short of remarkable. Advocate and author. Helen Keller went on to become a prolific writer, publishing 12 books and numerous essays. Her autobiography, The Story of My Life, published in 1903, is one of the most famous accounts of triumph over adversity. In it, she details her early struggles and the profound impact Anne Sullivan had on her life. Helen's story resonated around the world, but she did not rest on her laurels. She became an outspoken advocate for people with disabilities, promoting equal access to education and employment. Her activism extended beyond disability rights. She was also a pacifist, a supporter of women's suffrage, and an advocate for workers' rights. Legacy of inspiration. Helen Keller's life story is one of perseverance and the power of the human spirit. Despite being trapped in a silent and dark world, she found a way to connect with others and to express herself through learning and communication. Her remarkable achievements shattered stereotypes about people with disabilities and helped pave the way for a more inclusive society. Perhaps most inspiring is her unwavering optimism in the face of challenges. Helen once said, "Although the world is full of suffering, it is full also of the overcoming of it." Keller's life serves as a powerful reminder that even the most daunting obstacles can be overcome with determination, the right support, and the belief in one's own potential. Her legacy continues to inspire millions around the world to pursue their dreams, no matter the challenges they face. Her story is not only about personal triumph, but also about the transformative power of education and the importance of empathy and connection. The relationship between Helen Keller and Anne Sullivan exemplifies how one person's belief in another can change a life. Through that bond, Helen went from a frustrated, isolated child to an international symbol of hope and perseverance. Subscribe to Whisper Tales for more.